Hey everyone, I'm still at home. I've not gone into the studio yet. This is Grey, one of my cats. Um, Trust him to jump in. Anyway, I wanted to do this vlog, I should say, to keep a record of the progress of the project that you will see the title of above, the Harrison Mixbus control surface. So Harrison had been kicking around this joke idea of doing a control surface for Mixbus. Great idea, and everyone was really excited. But obviously, I don't think it's in their interests at the moment to put out a commercial product, because I don't think the global market is going to support a commercially released control surface, which is fine, because they've kind of given us the go-ahead to go and make a kit, like a DIY solution. Now, Tom from Harrison Mixbus Soundstage Facebook group, which is like a user group, Tom runs this group, and it's you're probably on it anyway if you're watching this. Jokingly said to me, "Oh, wouldn't it be great to have an actual control surface?" And of course, because I've made MIDI controllers before for various applications, small ones, and a lot of electronics, and I'm kind of into the microcontroller thing, programming microcontrollers and building circuits with them and so on. I said, "Oh yeah, that's totally doable," not knowing quite that Mixbus is programmed in a way that makes it slightly awkward to access all of the controls, but that's another story. Anyway, he's been pushing me along with this, which is brilliant, because I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it without him, and he's done some layout designs for possible options. Now, I kind of maybe need your feedback, guys and girls, as to which route to take this down. At the moment, we have a couple of options. At the moment, we can do several layouts, right? We could have a keyboard-sized control surface which controls one channel. You put it behind your keyboard or next to your keyboard or whatever, and just grab the controls in it, which is what the prototype is at the moment. I've got a working prototype, mostly controlling most of the functions on the channel strips on Mixbus, which is great. That's one option. The other option is to have modular circuit boards and EQ, dynamics, auxiliary sends. Yes, auxiliary sends. He wants to be on camera, and a brain circuit board. Now, quite how that brain is built, I'm still sort of toying with prototypes. But the general gist is that with a modular system, maybe you could expand. Maybe at some point you might have 32 channels of EQ and sends and so on. Now, whether that's brain one or a later iteration, or lots of different options. So you will have all probably seen Tom's mock-up for how he thinks it might be a nice, what might be a nice layout. And I think, come the time when we do release this, we're looking at maybe having some front panels created of a specific layout. But, if we do it in a modular way, you can either get the front panel and put the modules into that, or maybe even use a channel strip on your own desk, strip out the actual audio electronics and just run a controller from a channel on the desk, which is quite tempting. It's quite an interesting configuration, because it'd be great if you've got a client in and you just go, oh yeah, and you just grab the desk and start controlling Mixbus. So I want this to be effective and cheap, as cheap as possible for you guys, and expandable, hence the modular choice, and hopefully to some extent open source. Now obviously it's costing me lost opportunity in terms of the time I should be spending making records. So my thoughts are that maybe if I make it open source, I'm gonna have some of these module circuit boards built, manufactured I should say, so you can get the kit and solder on the components. You could choose 2 EQs, you could choose, you know, different configurations that you might want. I think that seems to be the way forward for me. I'd love to know what you guys think. The prototype, I will do a video of the prototype very, very soon in action. I've just got some other work to do first, and then then I'll try and show you it operating. At the moment, I've got all the knobs and things working on Mixbus from the controller, but the controller's actually only, at the moment, it's just doing EQ and dynamics. But yeah, we can access everything from it. That's not a problem. I'm trying to speed up the software, trying to make the right choice on what microprocessor to use, microcontroller to use for the brain, to make it expandable, to make it future-proof to some extent. But realistically, you know, I want to do this so I don't make a loss on it. So, you know, hopefully it'll be super cheap, really. Maybe we'll do it as a team. We'll, like 20 or 100 or 200 of us will get together and order the boards, you know, chip in, order the boards and try and get sort of like a price reduction on that. I think because of where Mixbus comes from, Arda, the open source element is kind of important to me, and I want to keep it like that to some extent. So let me know your thoughts. I know that most people just want to get a controller and plug it in and make it work, but I think because of legal reasons and certification, safety certifications and stuff, it might be, you know, for small electronics, I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but it's a lot to do in terms of the amount of people who are going to be using this controller, which may be 100, I don't know. Who knows? So if you're interested, let me know. Stick something in the comments or message me, and tell me your thoughts. Do you want modular units that just plug in with like ribbon cables? Do you just want a big finished product? Bang, there you go, stick it on the desk. Or do you want to be able to expand and have channel strips or build your own desk effectively? What are your thoughts? Does this need to have firmware that will let it work with another DAW, which is an option? Certainly if we go down the MIDI route rather than the OSC route, the current thinking on this at the minute is to have MIDI and OSC modes. That's what I'm toying with anyway, if it's doable. And you know, what's the solution for long-term support? You know, do you guys feel happy using a soldering iron to put on a few components if the brain is pre-made for you? Let me know. And if enough people are interested, then I will take the prototype from prototype stage to some kind of production and yeah, put a kit together for you, and hopefully you can just get a box of the stuff and solder the things on, put your knobs of choice on, get your front panel maybe from Tom, who's looking at building some panels and boxes and so on, or maybe build your own system. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in another kind of more recording studio based video very soon.